Whatever it was, why did Kurt have to get wrapped up? Did he do something to deserve this? Did he sell his soul to the devil like famed guitarist Robert Johnson? Did Kurt get burned by a temptress? Was Cassidy his own personal devil? It's almost impossible to understand another man's karmic swirl, never mind your own. Maybe you will be able to interpret it all. Maybe this will all make more sense to you, the outsider looking in. And like I said at the beginning, maybe this is the only way I can make a sacrifice for Kurt. The only way I can help him. His family and his fans. Now finally, and understand, I'm not going to be able to get it all correct. As this was 30 years ago, almost to the day. Some parts of my brain have blocked it. Some parts have erased it. Some parts have destroyed it. I tell it to you the best way I remember, the best way I know how to honor it, and my friends, and lover, and maybe the greatest rocker of his generation. This is my story. This is my sacrifice. This is Kurt's murder and me. Jesse and Beverly pull up to Kurt and Cassidy's new Lake Lincoln mansion. It's a cold and drizzly Seattle night. They exit the car with beers and Jesse's proverbial backpack and are greeted at the front door by Frisco. "Nice guys," Frisco says before rubbing his arms. "Man, it's a cold night for April." Remy appears behind Frisco. "Get in here, you two." "Close the damn door, it's fucking freezing out." Jesse and Beverly enter the mansion and find it almost as cold inside as it is outside. "You guys need a drink," Frisco asks immediately. Jesse and Beverly oblige. "Yeah, for sure." Frisco and Remy walk them through the living room and down into the basement where some couches and chairs rest, with a band rehearsal area set off to the side. Jenna and Juliet and are smoking a bong, but take a break to greet Jesse and Beverly. "Hey, you two little lovebirds." Jenna giggles. "Get over here." She gives them a big ol' hug and kiss. Frisco says to Juliet, "Would you grab them a drink, sweetie?" Juliet finishes off her bong hit and then obeys. "Are Kurt and Cassidy here?" Beverly asks. Frisco responds, "Kurt's supposed to be here soon. He's coming back on a flight from LA. I think Cassidy has to stay down there for a couple days on a press tour for her new album." Jesse looks to Beverly and adds, "Right on." Beverly continues, "Is Derek here?" Frisco reaches for the bong, somewhat avoiding the question. I think he's going to show up at some point. Jesse and Beverly sit on the couch next to each other. Jesse pulls out some white and brown baggies, then loads a bowl of weed. He passes the fresh greens to Frisco. "Here, man, get the first one. It's a brand new strain called Sour Diesel." "Fuck yeah," Frisco says before hitting and passing to Remy. "Tasty." Jesse chops up a few lines of white for the group, and Beverly takes a rip. Then Jenna, then the young kid Juliet. Frisco and Remy move over for rippers. "This house is bitching," Jesse conveys. "Yeah, it needs some work still, but me and Remy are going to help out. Get the right people in here." "Lake Lincoln is beautiful in the summer," Beverly says. Remy excitedly blurts out, "This summer is going to be insane. I can't wait." Frisco seconds that. "Yeah, all these celebrities want to come visit Kurt and Cassidy up here. They've made a bunch of new Hollyweird friends." Jesse takes another hit from the bowl, but stays away from the white like he usually does. Beverly and Jenna do another line. Juliet follows them as Frisco rubs her back. When Juliet is finished, she starts making out with Frisco. Jesse isn't sure how to react, seeing as she is a sophomore in high school, so he just looks away. Remy dashes up the stairs. "I think somebody is pulling up. It might be Kurt's limo. Hold up." Beverly grabs Juliet's hand. "So when are you supposed to go back to Minnesota?" "I don't know if I want to go back," Juliet postures. You didn't run away, did you? Beverly hopes. Not really, Jessie asks. I thought you were writing some articles for Heaven. I am, yeah, but I don't need to be back there to do it. Frisco kisses her forehead. She can go on the road with us. A new tour is about to kick off for HEVEN. Bitchin', Jessie forces. Remy comes to the top of the stairs. It is Kurt. We'll come down in a couple minutes, Frisco yells. Heat him up that frozen turkey dinner. All right, Remy shouts back. Cassidy wants Kurt to eat more. He's getting really skinny and has been stressed out with the label. Those corporate fucks, Jenna levels. Jessie and Beverly can't help but laugh. Footsteps are now heard coming down the stairs, first Remy's, then Kurt's. The gang stands to greet Kurt, who is carrying that turkey dinner, and he hits them with a hug or fist bump. How was the flight, Kurt? Frisco inquires. A flight? I hate fucking flying, man, Frisco says to the gang. Where's Derek? He's supposed to have my notebooks and journals, Kurt sternly asks Frisco. I think he's coming by, Frisco slyly responds. Did Cassidy stay back in L.A.? Kurt just shakes his head before looking to Jessie. Yeah, hey Jessie, can you line me up a fix? Absolutely, Kurt, Jessie says. He pulls out a needle, rubber band, and some foil, and Beverly helps him get it cooking. Kurt sits next to Jessie and Beverly before rolling up his sleeve. I appreciate you guys, he states. We love you, Kurt, Beverly gently relays. Jessie pulls the heroin into the syringe, then taps it, and oozes a little out. He hands it kindly to Kurt. Kurt pushes it, then leans back into the couch. Everybody just watches closely as Kurt enjoys the rush. It's not only love they feel for Kurt, but admiration, almost worship. They are in the presence of greatness, and they know it. And if they can bring him any sense of joy, that does the same for them. Fucking good shit, Jessie, Kurt mumbles. Glad you like it, Kurt. Beverly rips another line. Juliet follows suit. Jenna hits the bong, followed by Frisco and Remy. Good times, Rollin. Jessie will be the most sober of them all, and that's how it should be for a dealer. If you're constantly doing the drugs you are selling, you will either be passed out, assed out, or dead. Jessie kisses Beverly oh so passionately. The basement door opens, and we hear a new set of footsteps approaching. That must be Derek, Remy adds. Remy looks to find Derek entering the basement, but surprisingly with another guy. Frisco spots Derek and the other guy, but doesn't look as surprised as Remy or the gang. Derek, what's good? Frisco rises to bro-hug him. You know, same old. Remy asks, who's your friend, Derek? Kurt leans up from the couch to see himself. This is Clint. Derek levels. How you guys doing? Clint opens. Kurt pays both of them no mind and relaxes back into the couch. Beer, line, ball, Remy asks Derek and Clint. All of the above, Derek coldly replies. Sounds good to me. Clint follows. Jessie hands them a freshly packed bowl and pushes the mirror in their direction. Derek tosses an envelope onto the table and Jessie casually grabs it. Clint rips the lines of white with astounding power. Derek seems edgy and fidgety. Staring at the ceiling is Kurt before asking Derek, Did you bring my notebooks and journals back? Yeah, plainly Derek says. Kurt continues, Well, where may they be? I put 'em upstairs on the coffee table. Jessie and Beverly are both picking up on the slight tension that exists between Kurt and Derek. And you didn't by chance sell any of the pages again? Derek rolls his eyes. No, Kurt, I didn't sell any of the fucking pages. Well, you did last time, Derek, Kurt mumbles. Growing annoyed, Derek responds with much more vitriol. I told you it wasn't me. Why don't you ask your wife? The gang looks surprised, so Jenna asks on their behalf, "You guys got married, Kurt?" "That's amazing, Kurt. Congratulations," Beverly says. Jesse backs Jenna, as does Juliet. "Congrats, Kurt." Yeah, thanks, guys." Kurt forces. "I already told you I didn't sell your shit," Derek adds. Kurt rears up from the couch. "Okay, Derek, we fucking heard you, okay? You didn't sell my entries, but you definitely sold one of my acoustic guitars." Derek blows his top. "Holy fuck, Kurt. What is your deal right now?" Clint puts his hand across Derek's chest, trying to calm him down or hold him back. Kurt explodes back. "You better start getting my back, Derek, not just Cassidy's." Derek lets out a giant exhale before falling to his knees and hitting another line. "Whatever, man!" Clint is clocking Kurt for some reason, and both Jesse and Beverly notice this. Jenna tries to break the tension. "Let's play a drinking game or something." Remy tries himself. "Or maybe we can jam. Half the room here plays music. Kurt, you said we could get a song put onto your next album, right?" Kurt stares at Remy with tender eyes. "If you can get it past the corporate fucks, yeah." Kurt pulls the mirror over and rips a line. Jesse takes a pull from the bowl before Beverly does. Derek looks to Jesse and asks, "Can you set me and Clint up and make 'em pretty heavy?" "For sure, Derek," Jesse says as he and Beverly repeat the same motions as before. Jesse goes to hand Derek 2 syringes, but Derek slows him down. "Can you cap 'em, Jesse? We gotta go to this other party later. Thanks, man." "Yeah, sure," Jesse replies as Beverly hands him 2 orange caps. "Here you go, Derek." Derek hands both syringes to Clint, and he puts them in his pocket. Jenna gestures for Remy and Juliet to join her on the instruments. They start banging and clattering, trying to find some type of harmony. Jesse and Beverly are not sure if they should find it amusing or serious or annoying. Kurt finds their attempts amusing. "Play with your heart," he laughs. Derek leans over to Kurt and whispers something in his ear. At first, Kurt seems reluctant to get up, but after Frisco also leans in to tell him something, Kurt rises from the couch and starts to follow Derek and Clint toward the staircase. Jesse watches them, wondering where they are going. Beverly is enjoying the makeshift jam session. Frisco waves to Jesse as if to say, "We'll be right back." Jesse nods to Frisco, then turns toward the jam session. Derek, Clint, Frisco, and Kurt head on up the staircase. Jesse puts his arm around Beverly, then looks back in the direction of the staircase. The jam session is starting to come together, and Jesse and Beverly can enjoy it a little bit more. After a few minutes, there's still no sign of Kurt and the guys, and Jesse seems slightly concerned. He gestures and mouths to Beverly, "I gotta use the bathroom." Beverly nods, then refocuses on the jam session. Jesse isn't exactly sure where the bathroom is anyway, so this gives him a perfect excuse to peer around. He starts at the main level, the living room, the dining room, the kitchen. He passes by the coffee table and sees the notebooks and journals Kurt was asking about. He gently walks up the stairs toward the second level. He finds a series of bedrooms and an office, but there's no furniture or bedding to speak of. He heads back down to the main level and can't help but notice how deathly silent it is. He ever so softly yells out, "Derek, Kurt!" But there comes no response, with no sounds coming from anywhere. He goes back to the kitchen and pauses before noticing a side door slightly ajar. He moves over to it and pushes it open, revealing the backyard. He walks out into the drizzling rain without any real purpose. Abruptly and loudly, Jesse hears a tremendous bang. He whips his head around toward the front of the house and the driveway, then quickly runs over. He sees nothing when he gets to the driveway, but for some reason the garage seems more noticeable now. His eyes fixate on a short porch and set of glass doors above. Jesse methodically and purposefully heads over and finds the garage door open and a car parked inside. He can hear footsteps and rumblings up above, which causes him to circle around the back of the garage. There he finds the entrance to some sort of annex or greenhouse, and a rear set of glass doors, so he cautiously approaches them. No talking is heard, but he can immediately notice movement inside. He tries his best not to be seen, as he has a really bad feeling overall. He knows the sound of a shotgun when he hears one, and whether they are goofing around in there or not. He doesn't want to accidentally or purposefully get shot. Jesse has an internal struggle, but he knows he has to look. After a final deep breath, he drops slowly to his knees and peeks through one of the square panes of glass. He sees Derek wiping down something, then sees Frisco moving stuff around on the floor, then finds Clint peering out of the front French doors by the short porch. Jesse keeps peering, raising his head an inch here, an inch there, off to the side, until he finally catches a glimpse of a sneaker, propped straight up. He can't help but whisper to himself, "Shit!" He takes one last glance and sees Frisco stabbing a pen or stick into a potted plant. He sees Derek leaning over the sneaker with something long and dark in his hand. Jesse has seen enough. He scoots back away from the glass door and hops quickly to his feet. He races away from the garage and blasts into the kitchen. In the basement, Beverly is the sole spectator, grooving to the jam session. Jesse comes barreling down the stairs, but tries to maintain a sense of normalcy. "Hey, babe," Beverly says to him. "They might have something here." Jesse tries not to make a scene as he swipes the drugs from the table and into his backpack. He leans over to Beverly and tells her up close and personal, "We're getting the fuck out of here right now." "We are," Beverly responds. "Yes, we are. Let's go right now." Jesse throws a big thumbs up to the impromptu band. "Sounding good, guys," he yells before grabbing Beverly by the hand. "What's going on, Jesse?" Beverly persists. Jesse and Beverly exit the basement and head straight for the driveway. Jesse already has his keys out and barely waits for Beverly to close her door as he reverses out of the driveway. He slams it into drive, then makes every attempt not to peel out. "You're scaring me, Jesse. What's wrong?" We gotta go. We gotta get out of here. I don't know what's going on." Jesse can now open it up. He punches the gas and flies down the street, leaving the elite neighborhood in the rearview mirror. He's breathing heavily and shaking his head. Beverly doesn't want to pry, so she stays quiet. Jesse's eyes are dead set on the road ahead. The roar of the engine is all he hears. Beverly looks over to him one last time. He locks eyes with her, then grabs onto her hand.